These videos can be downloaded to a laptop for offline viewing or viewed from a smartphone in a course-friendly format.
Learners, welcome to today's lesson. This is a continuation of the topic classification 2, and we are going on with studying the various orders, various family, various genus, species. And right now we are still pursuing the 3 divisions in the kingdom Plantae. So we are on the kingdom Plantae. We have already tackled the first division. Remember, there are 3 divisions that we are supposed to cover, and we've already talked about division Bryophyta, and what came very clearly about this division is the alternation of generations, where we have got 2 forms of plants, that is the gametophyte and the sporophyte. The gametophyte is the one that is responsible for producing gametes, and the sporophyte is the plant part or form which produces the spores. This alternation of generation is one means of survival for plants to undergo through unfavorable weather conditions of growth. So we are on kingdom Plantae. So the major part kingdom Plantae, and this kingdom, we are saying that it has got 3 major divisions that we are looking at. So we have looked at Bryophyta. Then we have the next one which we are going to look at, and before we look at that one, we have already spoken about Bryophyta. We are saying that the Bryophyta has got some leaves, but it does not have flowers. Yes, it doesn't have flowers. So it has got the alternation of generations. We have the sporophyte generation, where we have the seta and the capsule. The capsule is the one that bears the spores. Spores are one method of reproduction, and is known as sporulation. Then we have the other part, which is the main part, the green part of the plant, which is the main part of the plant, which normally ensures survival. So it is green, and it has got members like the mosses and the liverworts, which grow on damp surfaces. Yes, and then because they are green, that means they contain chlorophyll, so they are photosynthetic. Hence, the mode of nutrition is autotrophism. Then we say that they do not have roots, because typical plants must have got four major parts, which we are going to look at when we are going to look at the other divisions. So we have they have got rhizoids. Rhizoids are structures that help them to go through that. Then we are now going to look at the other member. We have got the other division, that is Pteridophyta. We have division Pteridophyta. So those we are supposed to look at them, Pteridophyta, and then we have the last one that we shall look at, that is Spermatophyta. So these ones are the divisions that we are supposed to look at. So these ones are the divisions that we are supposed to look at. We had already looked at the Bryophyta, so today we are going to look at the Pteridophyta. Pteridophyta. So this is a division that we are going to look at. Now, here we are just looking at examples of members of this particular division, and then we look at general characteristics. That's what we are required to look at, and maybe look at the structures. So we have, first of all, we have got examples. We have e.g. we have the fan. The fan is an example of this a member that belongs to this division. Then we look at the general characteristics. General characteristics. So the general characteristics, remember, general characteristics are the ones that enable us to place members with disabilities in one group and place members in different groups based on different characteristics. So those are characteristics. Then members of division Pteridophyta, remember for plants we call them divisions, but for animals we call them phylum. So we have that division, then we have that. So we have that. And then one of the general characteristics of this division is that they have got, or the plant is differentiated into one, we have the roots, we have the leaves, we have the stems, but they don't have flowers. There are no flowers. So here we have, they have the roots. Remember the other ones were having rhizoids, but these ones have got roots. Then they have stems. Then they have leaves, and no flowers. So they have no flowers. So they are green. So they are green and contain chlorophyll. They contain chlorophyll. They contain chlorophyll. And when they contain chlorophyll, it means they photosynthesize. Hence, photosynthesize. Hence, they photosynthesize. So they produce their own food materials, so they photosynthesize. Then they have a well-defined vascular system. So have a vascular system that is well defined. And what do we mean by defined? A well-defined vascular system is one which contains two things. It is one which contains the xylem and the phloem. So that means it has got the xylem and the phloem. Remember, for division Bryophyta, it didn't have that. So here it means members in Pteridophyta are a bit more advanced than Bryophyta. So here we have got, that means they have the xylem and the phloem. They have the xylem and the phloem. Then besides that, they also have a unique thing, and that is within the leaves. The leaves have got what we call leaflets. Leaves have got leaflets, and the leaflets are in form of pinna, very tiny leaves. That's very unique, which is not found in other members. So we have got leaves have leaflets containing what we call the pinna. Pinna are tiny structures of leaves. There's normal leaves, but they are very tiny. They are even shaped like the normal leaves, but they are very tiny. But they appear in leaflets. And leaflets means from the stem, we have a branch, and that branch has several leaflets with it. Yeah. So, for example, if we can have a structure of the same, maybe just like that. So we have that one. So we have, if that is a leaf, so it has got small branches coming from it, and these branches, they have small leaves on them. So they are small leaves like that. So if that's, so they are on every branch that so these are leaflets. So this is one leaflet, that's another leaflet, that's another leaflet. So if you have another one arising from it, like that, also maybe like that, maybe like that, then it normally has a thick stem, and this thick stem has got roots on it with it that are therefore encourage and for absorption of water. So these are the, and so this could be a stem. It's normally short stem. Then this one is a leaflet, and as the small bit of the leaflet is that small leaf, that small one. This is what we are calling the pinna. The pinna. Then these are the roots. Remember the other one had rhizoids? Not rhizoids, these are now the roots. So that is very unique among this particular group of plants. So they have that. Then they have got what we call, they also show alternation of generations. So they show alternation of generation or generations. And for alternation of generations, it has got two parts. It has the main part, which is the sporophyte, and it has the other part, which is the gametophyte. For the gametophyte has got what we call sporangium, and the sporangium is where we have the spores, and these spores or the sporangium collectively on the leaflet, they are called the soras, and if there are many, they are called the sori. So it shows the alternation of generations, where we have the sporophyte, and we have the gametophyte, which is a prothallus. Prothallus, remember last time we said a prothallus is a tissue which is a structure which is not organized into any specialized tissues or structures. So there are no structures. We don't have the cell organelles. It is just a structure. So it has a prothallus which is heart-shaped. And just like the bryophyta, remember, bryophyta, we had the female part and we had the male part. So the female part is known as the archegonia, and the male part we know is known as the antheridia. So we have, it shows alternation of generations, and we are saying it has a heart-shaped prothallus. Prothallus just like that, with the roots like that, and it has notches. So this is the prothallus. You can see it has it's not organized into special tissues. We have the prothallus. Then inside here, we have the antheridia, which provides the male nucleus for fertilization. So this is the antheridia. Antheridia are many. Antheridium is one. Antheridia, we have this is the male part. Then we have this one is the archegonia. Archegonia is the female part. Then this part here, which makes it look like a heart, is known as the apical notch. That makes it look like heart shape. So this is the prothallus. It has a prothallus. So prothallus is a structure which is not organized into any tissues or structures. And of course, if you look at it, because it's the gametophyte, is the one that has the gametes. Just on the body it has the gametes. Gametes means there's a female part and there's a male part which provides that. The other part which we have seen as number 4, that is the part that forms the sporophyte. That's where the spores are found. And where are the spores found? The spores are found under the leaf. Under the leaf, we have got underside the leaf pinna. If you look at this diagram, under the pinna, this one, under it we have got round structures. Under the pinna, we have got small structures, and these structures, singularly, they are known as the sori. plural is sori. So this is sori. So that is plural. And then if they are, it's singular, it's known as the soras. Soras. So it is the soras that has got the spores. So from the word spores, then this one forms the sporophyte. And then from here, this other bit here, is we are calling it, we are seeing that it has got gametes. The gametes will come from the archegonia, the female gametes. Then we shall have the antheridia will have the male gametes. So once we have gametes, then this one will form the gametophyte. It forms the gametophyte. So this one now is what now brings about the issue of alternation of generations. The sporophyte structure and the gametophyte structure, all of them, they bring like that. Yes, so that is the prothallus and that is the pinna. Then finally, they show, they clearly have a sexual, they have sexual reproduction, as you can see, which is shown here. Once we have male gamete and female gamete, it means they fuse in the process of fertilization. And when there is male and female, that means that we have, they show, or we can say they show well-defined sexual reproduction. So it is well-defined because even there are organs that secrete the same. That is the archegonia and the antheridia. They show the same. So that is the pteridophyta. So we are through with the pteridophyta. Now we move next to the next division and the last division of kingdom Plantae that we need to study. It should be noted that there are other divisions, but at this level we are not covering those ones. So the next division is division Spermatophyta. So we have that division Spermatophyta, division Spermatophyta. Division Spermatophyta. This particular division has got very developed members. Why do we say that they are very developed? We are saying they are very developed because a typical plant is supposed to have roots, stems, leaves, and seed-bearing structures. And indeed, this division comprises of that. So members of this division, they contain those kind of structures. So here we are saying that members have, that's now on general characteristics. Look at the general characteristics, there are not very many. We have general characteristics. We have got general characteristics, which we are going to look at. And the general characteristics, we are going to look at them one by one. This division, first of all, comprises of seed-bearing plants. That one we already know, seed-bearing plants. And these plants are the ones that bear seeds. So they mean they have structures that do that. So they are seed-bearing plants. And we shall look at them in detail by looking at the subdivisions. They are even classified into subdivisions. So we are saying that their plant body is divided into roots, stems, leaves, and seed-bearing structures, like that. Then they also show alternation of generations, as we are going to look at. So here we have got one differentiated into, so they are differentiated into roots, stems, leaves, and seed-bearing structures. So So these are seed-bearing structures. Then 2, they show sexual reproduction. They show sexual reproduction. That one we have noted that one. So we have that. Then next, we are looking at the general characteristics of this particular division spermatophyta. So we have, so they show alternation of generations. This one we already know what it is, so we might not explain a lot. We have already explained in detail. So they show alternation of generations. So anytime we talk about alternation of generations, we must talk about the gametophyte and the sporophyte. So there are 2 parts of the forms of the plant. So here we have the gametophyte, from the word gamete, meaning it has the gametes, the male gametes, and then we have the sporophyte, which comes from the word spores, so it produces spores. So those 2 plants or forms, when they appear in a given plant, then it means it is showing alternation of generations. So these are some of the general characteristics that we have under this. But remember, if they do that, we know that fertilization, sexual reproduction will be produced, and it is a bit unique because sexual or fertilization leads to development of fruits and seeds. And then, of course, when they contain chlorophyll, it means they have that pigment for photosynthesis, so they photosynthesize. Then they have got a well-developed vascular system. Well-developed vascular system. And the vascular system, which is very well developed, when you say it is well developed, it means it has got vascular bundles, and besides that, it has the xylem vessels and even tracheids. It has got xylem vessels, tracheids, and the phloem. Then we have already even mentioned that fertilization leads to seed and a fruit formation. Remember, the others were not leading to seed and fruit formation. So we have that. Then this formation of fruits and seeds, and then it has got chlorophyll, hence photosynthesize. They have chlorophyll, so they photosynthesize. So that means they produce their own food. They photosynthesize. So, and we are also saying that it is a division that has got a highly advanced members. Members are highly advanced because they are having structures that are typical of what happens in plants. And then it must be noted that this group is further subdivided, or this division is further subdivided into 2 subdivisions, which we have looked at later. So these are some of the general characteristics of members of Pteridophyta. We are going to look at some of the members when we go down to the subdivision. So even within the same division, it is also subdivided. So that's what we are going to look at in the next lesson. But for now, for wrapping up purposes, we are saying that Kingdom Plantae has got 3 divisions. And those divisions are the bryophyta, pteridophyta, and spermatophyta. We looked at pteridophyta. We looked at the pteridophyta today, and we have noted that pteridophyta is a highly developed division. As you can see, it is so highly developed to an extent that now even some of the members still look different from another until they are being now subdivided into subdivisions, even before you look at the order. So the general characteristics are there. We've looked at quite a number, and they are similar to the other characteristics. But what is coming clearly here from the others is that it has got a well-developed vascular system that comprises of not just the xylem, but the xylem has got special cells, that is the xylem vessels and the tracheids, which are not found in other members. Then another thing that comes out clearly as distinct characteristic is that this plant, this division is differentiated into the roots, the stems, the leaves, and in addition to that, it has got seed-bearing structures that make it unique. Then another notable characteristic, which is not common with the others, is that in this group, fertilization leads to the formation of the fruits and the seeds. So those are the specific characteristics. And then earlier on, we looked at bryophyta as we started the lesson, and we pinpointed that bryophyta is more advanced than pteridophyta because it has got some roots. Some of members have got roots, stems and leaves, even though they don't have flowers. Then there are structures that are very important to note, which brings about alternation of generation. That is the archegonia and the antheridia, which are the male part and female part of the plant, and that one forms what we call the gametophyte. Then the other main part of the plant, which is normally green, is the sporophyte. So those are the major things that we have looked at, and for purposes of just revising, these two questions can be of great help. One, state two unique characteristics in division bryophyta. 2. Explain why the vascular system in division pteridophyta is highly developed. Then lastly, what do you understand by the term alternation of generations? So learners, we have come to the end of that subtopic, and for purposes of revision or working ahead, let us look at the two subdivisions under division spermatophyta. I wish you well as we continue with this series. Thank you.
Manifested Publishers Limited is a research and teaching center that specializes in the production of learning materials and private online tuition for primary, secondary, tertiary, and university education. Sign up as a new customer at www.manifestedpublishers.com. Fill in the required credentials, full name, email, phone number, and password. Click on Sign Up. Enter the code received on your phone or email address for verification of your account, then proceed by clicking on Confirm button. Your account is ready for use and you can watch some free videos before you purchase. To get access to complete videos, use the following steps to buy. Click on View All Courses. Select the course you want to subscribe to. Click on the subject you want. Click on Buy this subject. The selected subject will be added to cart. Place or hover the cursor on cart or total amount and click on Checkout Now to proceed. Click on Lipa na M-Pesa and proceed to pay. To access your lessons, place the cursor on your name, then click on Subscriptions. To download videos for offline studying, click on Watch Offline. Download the manifested e-learning desktop application depending on your computer operating system. Install the application on your computer. Sign in on your downloaded app using the credential used during registration. Place your cursor on your name, then click on Subscriptions. Click on the subject you purchased. On the top right window, click on Download for offline viewing. Click on Go to Course. In your new window, click on the first topic, Lesson 1. Downloading process begins automatically. Thank you for choosing to study with us. For more information, you can call us on 0724 173845.
The following program is